dating coach and relationship expert Jennifer Hurwitz, and welcome to Doing Relationships Right. Raw, authentic, and insightful, this podcast is a no bullshit look at all things dating and relationships. The good, the not so good, and the what the hell was that? No worries, I've got you, and we'll figure it all out together without taking ourselves too seriously here on Doing Relationships Right. Here you are at midlife. Your boobs have entered a new zip code. You have genes older than your daughter's new fiance. And now you're single again. But is that cause for a crisis? Hell no. It's time to pick yourself up, Buttercup. Whether you're freshly unhitched, just dipping your toesies back into the dating pool, or ready to dive into a new relationship, my new book, Midlife Priceless, a dating coach's guide to finally doing relationships right, has you covered with new dating and relationship advice tailored to meet you wherever you are in your relationship journey. Join me, Jennifer Hurwitz, author of best-selling books, One Happy Divorce and Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda, as I share BS-free tips and laugh out loud personal anecdotes to help set you on the path toward finally doing dating and relationships right. Grab your copy of my new book, Midlife Priceless, at jenniferhurwitz.com. That's jenniferhurwitz.com. Good morning. This is Doing Relationships Right. I'm Jennifer Hurwitz, and I'm back. Oh my gosh, I'm in front of the microphone. It's Jen again, is what I'm calling this episode. Jen again. Happy 50-ish to me. Okay, so I'm turning 51. It's my 51st birthday today, October 12th, and I'm redoing my 50th, I think, this year. I decided to come back. I'm podcasting. I'm here. Doing Relationships Right is back after a long hiatus. Took a break. I think my last new episode was in April of this year. So about 5 or 6 months ago. I took a break. I don't know. I needed some time away, some time to figure me out. And I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I was thinking about selling the show. I was thinking about hanging up my microphone forever. And actually, I was planning on it. I put away my stuff. I put away my mic. I gave away things. I started talking to lawyers about selling my show and meeting with amazing people who wanted to buy it. And then I kind of said, you know what? I'm not going to be silenced, and I'm going to talk, and I'm going to do this. And I was in a pretty shitty place. I'll be honest. I'm going to be super vulnerable with you today and super authentic. And hopefully my listeners who have been around for a long time will give me some grace. And new listeners, welcome. I'm Jennifer, and you've hit on Doing Relationships Right. I hope you like my new logo. Sometimes I do this. I need a little shake up. I need a little pivot. I'm still doing relationships. I'm still talking about dating, but mostly during midlife and stuff like that. So Gen 2.0 is now Gen 2.1, 2, 5, 6, 7, whatever. And if you've read my new book, well, it's not new anymore. Last year it came out. Actually, it's a 1-year anniversary. It came out on my birthday last year, and I was in a different place. I was with a different person. I felt differently about myself. I thought I was in a different direction. I thought I was leaving Charlotte. I thought that I was, going to be with a different human being. And now I'm in, a totally different space. I'm healthier. I'm stronger. I'm setting healthy boundaries. I'm in a new, I don't know. I feel so much better, but it took work. And even coaches need coaching. I guess I could say that maybe one of the reasons that I took a break for so long, if I can be completely honest with you, I was embarrassed. I was angry with myself. I felt like I needed some clarity with what I was doing. For those of you who don't know, I was with my partner, Jim Healy, who, if you followed me, you've heard him on the podcast. You've read about him in my books. He was my person. And we broke up last May after a 5-year relationship. And we broke up, and we didn't break up because we didn't love each other. We broke up because we wanted different things, and that's okay. And I feel like he thought I was quitting. And I thought that I was moving forward and moving on in a different direction. So yes, he's coming back on the show with me. He'll be here next Tuesday for Podcast Tuesday. He's not going to be on today, little teaser, but he is coming back with me next Tuesday. Today's just a Jen again episode. I'm going to read a little bit out of my book. So if you haven't read Midlife Priceless, a dating coach's guide to finally doing relationships right, I need you to grab that book and I need you to read it because it came out last year when I was with someone else who ended up to not be my person for a number of reasons. And, I thought he was going to be my person. I felt strongly that I was in the right direction. I felt that he was emotionally available for me and that I don't know. I thought it was heading there. And you know what? I was wrong and that's okay. But I beat myself up and I was embarrassed. I was angry. I was frustrated that I didn't realize sooner that I was in the wrong space and I was in the wrong place. And this is I'm not bashing him. I'm not saying anything negative against him. We just didn't fit. We didn't work. And as a coach, it's really difficult to not beat yourself up when you realize that someone is not the person for you. So yeah, I'm angry. I was angry. I'm not angry anymore. I did the work. I'm Dr. Terry Mack. A lot of you know her. She's my therapist. Being very transparent. I saw her for quite some time. I worked on why this happened, where I ended up, why I ended up where I ended up, why I left Jim in my relationship in the first place. I worked on attachment styles. I worked on everything that I work on with my client that I thought I knew, with my clients, that I thought I had it all together. I thought I really did understand why I left my 5-year relationship and moved on. And you know what? Ding dong. I was wrong. It was about me. And I moved maybe too quickly into another relationship. Anyway, so if you're following along, then you probably get it by now. Jim and I did get back together recently. And we are in couples therapy and we are working on our relationship because he is my person. And maybe it took me being with someone else who was not my person to see what I really did need or want, or what a healthy relationship really did look like. So that's why he's not here today. I wanted to set up the situation so that next week when Jim comes on the show and we really dig deep and delve deep into why what happened. And the reason why we're doing this, you guys, is because I feel like there's so much good knowledge for you, for those of you who are in marriages that are maybe, you're struggling with your marriages, you're struggling with your relationships, you're having a hard time with communication. If you're dating an avoidant and you have an anxious attachment style, which is totally like the most, that's the most popular, most people are in an avoidant anxious attachment, situation. That's like the regular, like that's the huge, right? So that's what we are, Jim and I. So we can help. I'm hoping that we can help and that this will help you, and it's helping me too. It's cathartic for me to share. So I am just gonna tell you that my book came out last year and I was with this other person and I wrote the book. People don't believe this, but I wrote the book in 4 months. So Jim and I broke up in May. I started writing in June. I wrote the book June, July, August, September. It came out in October. I write really fast. And, so I was writing in a place where I was with a new person. And it's interesting to me because now if I wrote another book, it'd be different. So if you will stick with me for 1 second, I'm going to read just the opening of my book to you, chapter 1, so that you can see how it really does resonate so deeply with so many people. And it's relatable and I got so many people reaching out to me saying, this is exactly how I felt. So here we go. 50 years it's taken me to figure out, mostly from my own life experiences, how to do life right. Marriage, divorce, dating, friendships, the whole shebang. And now, after all these years of making mistakes, holding myself accountable, and not giving any more fucks, I'm ready to share it all with you. Buckle up, Buttercup. Jennifer 2.0 is secure. Jennifer 2.0 is resilient. Jennifer 2.0 is setting healthy boundaries, and Jennifer 2.0 is a more decisive, savvier version of Jennifer 1.0. And if there's one thing I've learned in the last 9 years post-divorce, it's that if you're going to date, fall in love, or look for your forever partner, you have to be genuinely grounded in who you are as a person, know what you want, and stop looking for others' approval. On the other hand, you've also got to trust your intuition, own your shit, and respect yourself enough to know when it's time to call it quits. because quitting is okay. Jennifer 1.0 didn't think it was. Leaving was giving up. At that point, I finally realized that sometimes throwing in the towel and moving on is the most important thing you can do when you're choosing yourself. I moved on from the loveless, sexless marriage that wasn't serving me. It only took me 50 years to learn to put myself first. Yes, it took some time and a couple of good therapists, but as I learned to put myself first, I picked up a few extra lessons, sorry, you guys, along the way. I'd love to share this with you as you start your journey toward putting yourself first when it comes to all things dating and relationships. Number 1, no matter how hard you try, you can't make other people like you. Number 2, you are not responsible for other people's reactions to your actions, emotions, or feelings. Number 3, you are not in charge of your partner's happiness. Number 4, no is a complete sentence. And number 5, setting boundaries is both necessary and healthy. Okay, so this is so interesting to me. That's how I started my book last year. And I felt like I was doing all that with this new partner I was with. And I was in this great space and I had broken up with Jim and I was going to start over and this new person, and it all went to shit. And I wasn't doing anything. I was being such a hypocrite to myself. I wasn't doing anything that I was writing. I wasn't doing anything that I was like bullshitting myself. But the one thing I knew is that when Jim and I broke up, I didn't feel like I was quitting. He thought I was quitting. I felt like I was choosing myself, and I got that right. I was choosing myself. So when he comes on the show next week, we're going to really, really dig deep into that. And we've come so far. And while I was doing this new relationship that I thought I was doing it right, he was working on himself. He was in therapy. He was working on how to be a better partner, how to communicate better, oh my gosh, you guys, you're going to freak out when you hear how amazing Jim, just the work he did over the year that we were apart. I'm so proud of him. And here I was in this relationship that was not serving me. It was just like, I can't even, I don't want to get into it. It was just like, it's embarrassing for me. I'm not embarrassed anymore. I know that I had to go through it to understand what I really truly needed. And oh my God, I'm so excited for next Tuesday because you are really going to get a lot out of our story. I'm really proud of us. I'm proud of the work we're doing now. We're doing Gottman therapy, which I'm super proud of. So yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, so I'm back. That's a little bit of the pre-stuff to set up for next week. And, I don't know. I just hope you stick around. I hope that you enjoy this podcast as much as I do. I missed you guys. I missed doing it. It's so crazy to think that I don't care about the downloads. I don't care about the numbers. I don't care about any of that shit anymore. It's just me here talking with you and hopefully helping you through midlife and dating. And I hope you just know that everyone makes mistakes. We all make mistakes, and not everybody is for everybody. Is that what I want to say? Yes. And choosing yourself is so important. And don't beat yourself up, and give yourself some grace, because look, everyone makes fucking mistakes. I lived a year away from the person that is my person. And you know what, you guys, I'm going to spend the rest of my fucking life with him. I am. Jim is my person, and you know what? I'm here where I'm supposed to be. So next Tuesday, join us for, a little talky talk with Jim and Jen, and welcome back to everybody, and happy birthday to me. It's my birthday today. So if you're doing anything and you are feeling like, giving me a little birthday gift, I would love a review, on the podcast today, or a review on one of my books, just a 5-star review. That's all. And so I'm not asking that much. It's not, but happy birthday to me. And I love you guys. And I'm so glad I'm back. And that's 12 minutes with me. I don't think that's so long, 12 minutes, but, next week will be a full episode with Jim and I. And then I think Jim and I are going to do ask us anythings. I don't know if I'm going to have guests. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's going to be a surprise every single week. And Sienna, my producer, is back with me. Hi, Sienna. I'm so glad you're back. Love you guys. Peace, love, and so much truth from Doing Relationships Right. And Jennifer Hurwitz, I'm out. Have a great day, y'all. Hey, thanks for listening to Doing Relationships Right. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the show, subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast episodes. And please grab my books, One Happy Divorce and Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda, on my website, jenniferhurwitz.com. And look out for my new book, all about doing dating right, coming soon. As usual, thanks for listening. See you next week. Peace, love, and truth.